All right, it's science time. What's a habitat? That's the topic for this week. Then after this week, we're going to get into every different habitat, like polar, Arctic tundra. That all means the same thing. Grasslands, like the savanna in Africa, forests, ocean, pond, that kind of thing. Okay, so there'll be six different habitats. There are more than that, but we only have 6 weeks. So this week we're doing an overview of talking about what habitats are. Then next week, every week, starting next week, starts a new habitat. So you'll have one habitat, one little activity to do, okay, one little group of activities to do for that week. It's very simple, and it's a fun time to color and cut and glue and all that. Okay, for this week, we had a habitats overview paper that did not make it through the copier, and so you don't need one of these, okay? You have 7, you only need 6. 7 minus 1 equals 6, okay? So you don't need that one. If you want to color, you want to get creative and you want to color all the different habitats on here, or color some different animals, do whatever you want to do with that. You don't need this paper this week. All right, let's get into our booklet. What's a habitat? Remember, what's a habitat by Mrs. White? And you're going to put your name there too. Zoom in, cameraman. Planet Earth is home to many habitats. A habitat is the natural home or environment a plant or animal lives in. Zoom in. Planet Earth is home to many habitats. A habitat is the natural home or environment a plant or animal lives in. And here's a map of the whole Earth. There are many habitats in the world. The ocean, rainforest, desert, and pond are just some of Earth's habitats. It's not all of them. Ocean, desert, forest, pond. Go ahead and pause, screenshot, and copy that page down. Each plant and animal has basic needs that they must find to survive, live in their habitat, their home. Animals need food, water, air, and shelter. Plants need air, water, nutrients, and light. Remember, we learned about that. Again, each plant and animal has basic needs that they must find to survive in their habitat. Animals need food, water, air, and shelter. Plants need air, water, nutrients, and light. Draw a picture for each word in the boxes above. I drew strawberry for food, I drew water, and I drew shelter. This is a log, a burrow, and the bunny rabbit lives in there. Go ahead and screenshot if you'd like to copy or if you'd like to do your own. So screenshot means you pause on YouTube. All right, Mrs. White doesn't know how to draw a polar bear, so I did my best. Animals have special physical features that help them survive in their habitat. Physical features means parts on their body, okay? Polar bears have thick fur, not just thin fur, okay, really thick fur, to survive in the polar habitat. The fennec fox has large ears to keep itself cool in the desert. And that fox has ears that are so big and so tall, so long, it actually catches wind in the ears and it cools down its whole body. Isn't that cool? All right, here we go. Animals have special physical features that help them survive in their habitat. Polar bears have thick fur to survive in the polar habitat. The fennec fox has large ears to keep itself cool in the desert. And I just drew the polar bear. I drew iceberg on the water. Draw an animal in its habitat and label the physical features that help it survive there. So I'm going to put on there, I'm going to put thick fur. And it also has, it has tough paws. If you and I walk on ice, whoo, that's not going to feel good. But polar bear has very tough, and that's a crazy word. Look how it's crazy words, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Tough, p, and then A-W, I saw a seesaw, p-a-s, paws. Tough paws. Very tough paws. It can walk on ice, and it's totally fine. You want to screenshot that and copy it, or you'd like to make your own. Either way. So screenshot means pause YouTube. Plants also have physical features, that means parts of their plant body, which help them survive and live in their habitat. A cactus has spikes, see those spikes, to protect it from being eaten. Other animals will not eat it because it has spikes. Do you want to eat something with thorns on it? No. Rainforest plants have large leaves to collect water that goes right to the center of the plant. Here we go. Plants also have physical features which help them survive in their habitat. A cactus has spikes to protect it from being eaten. Rainforest plants have large leaves to collect water that goes right to the center of the plant. Cactus absorb the water, okay, and they keep the water inside also. Okay, rainforest plants do that. Cactus do that. They store water inside, so they don't need very much water. A desert habitat, we'll learn about that later, has very little rain, very little water, so the cactus saves the water that it does get. It says, draw a plant in its habitat and label the physical features that help it survive in its habitat. So I put, it has water in the middle, and let's go ahead and label it spikes. It has spikes right there, okay? And you can screenshot by pausing YouTube. Some plants and animals could not survive in a habitat that is not their own. Again, some plants and animals could not survive in a habitat that is not their own. Draw a plant or animal in a habitat they could not live in. Here's the desert, and the fish says, "Get me out of here." Oh, Mrs. White. That's what happens when I go too fast. Get me out of here! And he's so not happy. He's gonna die. He needs water. Okay? And that's the end of what's a habitat. Now we're going to go to this booklet here, and we'll show you how to do this. Okay? Animal habitats. The animal is elephant, grasslands, home. Bee is the animal. The animal is bee, and the home is a hive. The animal is a bird. The home is a nest. The animal is a dolphin, and the home is an ocean. Every animal has a special home or habitat. The habitat gives food, water, and shelter. Which of these habitats have you seen? Are you getting close there, cameraman? You zoom in up close enough? Nice and close? My camera girl gets closer than that. Move down a little bit, cameraman. Habitats are home. Cameraman, get in closer. All right, you have a home. It is your habitat. Food, water, and shelter. An animal has a home. Its home is its habitat. Food, water, and shelter. All habitats give food, water, and shelter. Fill in the bubble to complete each sentence. This is based off of this reading, okay? So if you want to do it like this. Okay? You live in a nest, a den, or a home. You live in a home. Write it and fill in the bubble. A habitat is a home, an animal, or a person. A habitat is a home. Write it and fill in the bubble. Habitats give you toys, shelter, or rabbits. I wish they gave me rabbits. I'd love to have a rabbit. Habitats give you shelter. Write it and fill in the bubble. Okay? And then it says bonus, draw your habitat. And there's my house. You may screenshot it or you may draw your own. Okay? But you do need to copy the answers. Pause the screen. A good habitat. They just can't have any old habit. They can't just have any old home. That home has to match the type of animal that lives in it. Animals need a place to live. This home is their habitat. What makes a good habitat? The weather must be just right. The plants must be just right. The water must be just right. There must be food. There must be shelter. Some animals live in caves. Some live in tree trunks or nests. Some live in snow or rivers. Some dig under the ground. Different animals have different habitats. Let's go through that one more time. A good habitat. Animals need a place to live. This home is their habitat. What makes a good habitat? The weather must be just right. The plants must be just right. The water must be just right. There must be food. There must be shelter. Some animals live in caves. Some live in tree trunks or nests. Some live in snow or rivers. Some dig under the ground. Different animals have different habitats. Look at the picture. Different animals are living in different parts of the habitat, and you're welcome to color that. All right, let's go over the answers. And these go together also, just like the other one goes with the page that we just read. Okay. A good habitat. Fill in the bubble to complete each sentence. A habitat is a place to live, the weather, or good food. A habitat is a place to live. Write it and fill in the bubble. Caves and nests are fields, habitats, or trees. Caves and nests are kinds of habitats. Write it and fill in the bubble. It is true that all animals live in the same habitat? No. Live alone? No. Need a good habitat? Yes. It is true that all animals need a good habitat. Write it and fill in the bubble. And if you would like to also, you can see here, it says a habitat is, okay? A habitat is a place to live. So I just proved my answer right there, okay? Caves and nests are kinds of habitats, okay? And that is true. Let's see, here we have nests. I think we talked about nests on here, right here. Some live in tree trunks or nests, okay? And some animals live in caves, right there. So caves and nests are types of habitats. If it doesn't talk about it in that story, it's not a habitat. It is true that all animals need a good habitat, okay? What makes a good habitat? Okay, it must be just right. The plants must be just right. The water must be just right. Okay, they have to have a good habitat, not just any old habitat. They need a good habitat. It has to be just right. All right, this is what I wrote. You're welcome to write something different if you want to. Write about 2 animals that live near you. What are their habitats? Raccoons live near me. They live in trees. We see them at nighttime. They're kind of freaky and scary. Raccoons live near me. They live in trees. Dogs also live near my house. They live outside or inside. Dogs also live near my house. They live outside or inside. They live inside people's houses, and sadly, some dogs live outside the backyard. That's fine. But there are some dogs, especially in our school neighborhood, that just roam around on the streets all the time, and I don't think they have a habitat. And they look super skinny. All right, pause, screenshot, pause the screen so you can copy as your answer key. All right, who likes to live there? The forest is home to many animals. Birds nest in the trees. That means they build their nest in the trees. They nest, they live in the trees. Deer hide in the bushes. The forest is their habitat. The sea is home to many animals. Fish swim in the water. Crabs walk along the bottom. The sea is their habitat. The desert is home to many animals. Snakes slide in the sand. Lizards lie in the sun. That means they lay down in the sun. The desert is their habitat. Grasslands are home to many animals. Lions hunt in the tall grass. Zebras like to graze there. The grasslands are their habitat. Wetlands are home to many animals. Flamingos wade. That means they stand in the water. Look at the picture. Flamingos wade by the shore. Alligators hide in the water. The wetlands are their habitat. Okay, and go ahead and rewind this, and you can listen to this all over again. Or we can go ahead and read it real quickly. All right. Who likes to live there? The forest is home to many animals. Birds nest in the trees. Deer hide in the bushes. The forest is their habitat. The sea is home to many animals. Fish swim in the water. Crabs walk along the bottom. The sea is their habitat. The desert is home to many animals. Snakes slide in the sand. Lizards lie in the sun. The desert is their habitat. Grasslands are home to many animals. Lions hunt in the tall grass. Zebras like to graze there. The grasslands are their habitat. Wetlands are home to many animals. Flamingos wade by the shore. Alligators hide in the water. The wetlands are their habitat. What other habitats do you know about? What other animals live there? All right, fill in the bubble to complete each sentence. Another name for a habitat is a home. We already know that from beginning. Okay, we know that from the very, very first page. Zebras graze in the grasslands. So we have grasslands, the wetlands, or the sea. Zebras graze in, that means they eat the grass in the grasslands. Let's go over here and find where it says zebras like to graze there in the grasslands. There's my proof. I prove my answer with words or pictures. Grasslands, right there. All right. The wetlands are home to flamingos and deer, lizards, or alligators. The wetlands are home to flamingos and alligators. I proved my answer. Look at the wetlands, and it said flamingos and alligators live in the wetlands. Okay. And it says, write about a habitat you would like to visit and why. I would like to visit the forest because I love to go hiking. I like to walk on trails. You may write your own sentence if you would like. You can copy mine, but it's really my opinion. You can write about it. Maybe you want to visit the ocean. Okay, all the beaches are closed right now, but when they open up, I think a lot of people will be visiting that habitat. The ocean is habitat and home to many fish and marine life. Alrighty. And you should be doing both of these anytime this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Do it anytime this week. You can use this page for whatever you want to use it for. All right? Alrighty, bye-bye.